Here's another big no-no. But the way I would handle it with a child, and I have, is a lot better than my mother. First, I'm going to go over how I handle it with my nephew. He brought a lighter to the school. I caught him when he got home. The school never found out. I confronted him about it and told him what could happen if you continued playing with matches and bringing things where you're not supposed to. Then, I confronted his mother, told him what I told him, and then had her take it over because I obviously do not have the record to be dealing with this. This could be twisted and turned, so best to just bring it to the mother. Now, when I was 4 or 5, this was before really any serious stuff. I played with matches, the same age as my nephew, same exact age. I saw matches, I saw fire, I tried to light one. Couldn't get it to light. I was too stupid to know how to light a match. So I kept on trying, and none of them lit. The whole book, not a single one lit. Too stupid to light a match. I got practice later, but I still had trouble. Anyways, I was confronted about it. But here's the mistake. When you confront your child about matches, don't ask the question like, are you trying to burn the house down? Or ask them the question over and over in different bad ways. You might get a yes, no. And then a no, 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 no. And then the mother says yes, 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 yes. And you say no, 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 and yes, yes, yes. And then you just get confused and like, what's going on? All I was trying to do is light a match. I don't know anything else. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm four. Just like my nephew didn't know what he was doing. What was he going to do with that lighter, huh? Think he was going to burn the school down? Is that what my nephew was bringing my lighter to school to do, was burn the school down? Is that what I should have gone with? Should have I told his mother that? When I found a lighter in my 5-year-old nephew's bag, should have I said to his mother that he was planning to burn the school down? Should have I asked him and kept on asking him until I got an answer? Why did you bring it to school? Why did you bring it to school? He said he doesn't know. He liked it. Good enough answer. He's 5. Bring it to the mother. The mother has a talk with him. It's over with. That's it. But for me, it was never that easy. There was always drugs. There was always hospitals held down. There was always fantasies being spun. And that's nothing any child should have to go through. Yes, I admit it. I shouldn't have played with matches. My nephew shouldn't have played with matches. The guy next door shouldn't have played with matches. When I was in Texas, the older kid shouldn't have been playing with matches in a glass bottle and a perfume. Yes, no, the guy also in Texas shouldn't have been burning on those damn paper thingies. I saw him one time out the window burning it, and I got in trouble for going out and asking what he was doing and laughing with him. And I didn't even burn the motherfucking shit. So yeah, I I gotta say it's pretty common for children to like fire, but you gotta admit to your mistakes. I played with matches, that's it. My nephew took a lighter to school, that's it. He didn't try to burn the school down. I didn't harass him to get a different answer each time. I'm sure if I did, though, I could have got a hell of an answer. You can do that to any child. You can. If you're a jerk and you want to do that to somebody, you could. My mother did it to me. And I see other people doing that to other children, and it's wrong. It's wrong. He's a 5. He doesn't know. He's shiny. Ooh, lighter. Boo. He brought it to school. Just like when I was 4 or 5. Match. Ooh, glows. Woo. What's even worse is there's other stuff going on around you, too, that you have no clue about. Like one time my pumpkin was lit it got lit when I was asleep, and I got blamed for it. I did too. I wanted that pumpkin lit, but I knew my mother was going to punish me, and I just went to sleep. That's it. Just went to bed. Now there was a bunch of people. There was also a stack of comic books that somebody left for me too, and nobody admitted to that either. I wondered where those comic books came from. I used to call it the ghost. There was a ghost that lit my pumpkin, and there was a bunch of comic books that the ghost left me. But really, I think it was my older brother Jeff trying to be nice to me and just pissing off my mother. I have no idea what was going on. But of course, I'm the one who got in trouble. And that's just how it was in my house. I was the lightning rod for made up stuff, real stuff, simple stuff got blown up, no matter what. That's the PTSD shit I got. And yeah, I did stuff. I shouldn't have been playing with matches. Absolutely. But my mother also shouldn't have been trying to drill in an answer like that. No way. That's fucked up shit. And my father just let it happen. I don't know how he could not see it. He's pretty smart, but he should be able to see the difference. I mean, like when my nephew was the same age and he brought the lighter to school, I could have drilled him and got him to say yes. I mean, that's not that hard, but it's mean. It's cruel and it's psychotic. It means you have fantasies. And my mother did it to me. She used to drill me for answers whenever I did something wrong, and I had no clue what was going on. It was bad, and it got worse because I actually repeated stuff I didn't understand, and that's not a good thing to do either. But these were adults that were telling me stuff. This was my mother, my brothers. I trusted these people, so I repeated what they told me to repeat. Well, my mother told me to repeat. I kept in my mind or sometimes repeated what my brothers said too, but more jokingly or things that are more just stupid to repeat. Funny, funny, trying to be humorous. But when it came to my mother, I should have never repeated any of the things or even fed into it. When I was 4 or 5, I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea. I was just doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. The same stuff that other kids run into. No different. Same avenues. You learn your lessons. But I didn't learn a lesson. I never got a conversation. I got, oh my God, just the weirdest shit. Like extra epicac or mother trying to tell me I'm burning the house down. Well, this is actually, she didn't tell me that. She came in drilling me with questions, and one of those questions was I trying to burn the house down over and over? And then it went from yes to no, the yes to no, 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 no. But after she got a yes, she stuck with it, and I mean, just there was so much nonsense in it. There was so much nonsense. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a 4-year-old. I'm lighting a match. Or trying to. I actually didn't even get it to glow. Truthfully, I didn't even get the match to glow. I wasn't trying to burn anything down. But that is what other people would call it. That is the answer my mother wanted. It was very clear from the way she was asking the question that that was the answer she wanted. Now, I was 4. Is that my fault? No. Is it my fault that I lit a match? Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. I deserve to be punished, spanked, smacked, whatever. Done. A spanking. But not turn it into a big psychotic thing and then go on and on and on to make up more, like the metal. Like when I showed them the metal, it's just one after another, after another, after another, until there's so much bullshit that my mind is spinning. Well, luckily my mind isn't spinning anymore. It's just my guts and organs. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of my nervous system hurting. I'm tired of having trouble walking 25 years. And they think it's a fucking fantasy. Just show me a picture of me as a child and point to me and tell me that's a healthy child. That's all I want to hear. If you can tell me that that's a healthy child and compare it to any other kid on the beach, I'll call my bullshit there. I'll give you a shovel and walk away. Because that's the biggest bullshit. No, 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 no. I've looked in the mirror when I was a kid. I know what I looked like. And so does everybody else who see me without a shirt on. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's not proof. That's just one part of a big puzzle. Put it all together and then tell me what you want. But I have those memories for life. I was there. I was there at the doctor's. I was there in New Mexico. I was there in Texas. I was there in Maine. And I was there in mass. 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 So I was there with my mother the whole time. I have witnesses, pictures, teachers, DMH workers. I'm not the only one. You think I'm the only one that she slipped up with? You think that you, my family, are the only ones that saw it at Christmas or saw it in the house? You think my mother was stable enough to hide it all the time? Most of the time. And as she got older, she slipped a little more, and she slipped a little more, and she slipped a little more. So, all I ask is to get proper medical care and to clean this mess up. And I'm going to fight that battle to the day I die, as well as help other people not have to struggle with this. Maybe a support group if I live that long. But I will try for medical care to the day I die. I will try to clean this up. I will try to make sure nobody else has to suffer in this way. And I want to find an avenue that they can follow. And then I will help them with their struggle. But if I can't live through this, well, I might as well document it, send it out everywhere I can, and try to like maybe other family members, agencies. I mean, it needs to get out there at least. I mean, you can't just let this happen over and over and over and over to other people. There has to be some avenue for these victims to try to get out. I mean, luckily, I thought, or at least I think, I had honest, good, religious family members. I could have ended up with some Satan worshiping, sacrifice bullshit. You never know with nowadays with some of these people that I see. Then again, do I really know my family? They're much, much older than me. They must have known a lot more than I did growing up. How much did they see? How much did they know? Are they willing to let somebody get hurt? Do they really believe in God? Do they believe in Jesus and following him in a straight line? Do they really believe in taking responsibility for their actions and trying to look into something to the fullest of their ability before making a decision? Do they try to make wiser decisions as they go on in life? Do they always change themselves for the better to make sure that they always have room to improve? Hmm. I don't know. You don't really have to always want to be better to follow Jesus. So I hope at least that much is true. They do go to church, but that doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it does. I do think that it's great to have a Sabbath or a day of rest with church, but I've seen a lot of super religious, really good people spend their days out in the community trying to help other people and preaching the word of Jesus and telling them that Jesus is there for them. And I think that is just as good as being in church in a pew every Sunday going out trying to preach the word of God. And these are Catholics, these are Christians, all different sectors. It's very interesting how one religion like Christianity or Roman Catholics can have so many different versions of churches and dialects and even priests. That it's just, even their priests are so different. Old school, the one I mean, the one in Lowell was way way old school. It wasn't really connected with the community. Like some of the Christian churches are down there. But meanwhile, other churches, they're a little different. I've seen a lot of really good Catholics up in New Hampshire. The Christians actually are a little. The Christian church I have up here is a little much for me. This next level stuff. But honestly, that's not what really matters. It's your relationship with God and following Him and doing what's right. And I gotta do what's right here. I gotta keep going. I gotta stay off of drugs, and I can't treat myself, and I gotta keep on looking for medical care. I gotta keep on recording my life And I know I've dated a couple other girls that came from some of the same places I did, and they've had much lighter struggles, but they're still struggling today. And if I get better, maybe I can make a support group online, start there, and start trying to reach out to people I know are struggling. And I don't have to do anything special. I just have to sit there and listen. That's it. I understand. I really do. And there needs to be more people out there. I think that's why my girlfriends got too attached to me. And I never broke up with them, but needed to be a space. There needed to be a time for one of them. One of them wants to still be a prostitute. That's a problem for me. But hopefully she'll give it up one day and realize she wants to get past her mental health problems. She came from foster care. At 17, she got reinstitutionalized, drugged again, put on medication. Not drugged. I shouldn't say drugged for her. There wasn't like extra medication, or at least I don't know. She wouldn't share. There could have been. But there were a lot of antipsychotics, trazodone, things like that. And when she came back, she couldn't work. She couldn't do her classes. She had this prison look on her, a prison haircut, and this depressed, sad, doesn't care about life anymore. She lost a lot of weight, became a prostitute, kept on going off and on the meds and taking drugs. One day she'll realize that being an orphan isn't her fault. She has an education and she's a hard worker. Go off the medication, stop prostituting, and you'll be okay. And there are like-minded people that went through it. We understand those hospitals and some of those meds aren't always that fun. That's not my problem. I had a bigger problem. But I did get double medications in hospitals, and I do remember how traumatic it is to take the same meds twice and being held down and saying, no, I already took them. No, I already took them. Please don't do this. My roommate's playing a game. Please don't do this. I know how traumatic that is. And if you want to talk about it, you can, because I have. I've shared it and shared it. And I have found people who also have similar issues. I had a girlfriend that shared that she had her eyeball popped out in another country, beaten. Her parents don't speak any English. They burned her a little bit too. Horrible things. Then they brought her the institution to institution to institution to get Social Security. She can't ever hold a job. She's over 30. She didn't even last a couple of hours at Walgreens. What's wrong with her though? Abuse from hospitals and parents. Terrible, terrible thing. These people need support. They need like financial support that I can't provide. But they also need somebody like a support group where they can go and talk about this stuff. Because when they go to the doctors, it's traumatic for them. I bet. Traumatic for me. And that's the only place I have to go to get help with a lot of my medical issues. If I got a broken leg or if I'm bleeding internally, I got to go to the doctors. And I know how traumatic that can be. I'm not over that part for me. But I've moved past a lot of the mental problems for having to deal with this. I can go into the doctor and I can deal with them laughing at me. It's hard, but I do it because I need to get better. And if other people are struggling to get better because they're afraid the doctors are going to laugh at them, they're going to make up stories about them, it's okay. I know. I have to go through it every day of my life too. Now, I've met two people that have similar stories, and I have heard of lots more. There needs to be some type of avenue where these people can talk freely about their pain.